From the north of England in the United Kingdom, and I've got a video for you today showing you how I put together this chunky little journal using these gel press Petites. I love these. I love anything in miniature, and these are fantastic for making up backgrounds to make little tags, little books. So if I undo this journal, I will show you. It's quite long. Hang on. All these backgrounds, multiple layers, little collage elements, and then on the reverse side it's a little bit more empty in design. That's to allow space for journaling. We'll make a great little travel journal, something like that, and it all just folds back up and wraps around with a ribbon. So in part one I'm just going to show you how I did all of these backgrounds built up in multiple layers, lots of painted layers, stenciling and so on. And then if you join me again in a few days time for part two, I'll show you how I add all my finishing touches and piece it together as this little journal. Thanks for watching. One of the great things about working with these Petites is that they cling. So they cling to an acetate block. Might come off as I print with it, but it does mean I can apply my paint, turn it over and print. Then I can build up layers and see exactly where I'm going. I'm going to start with some cheddar. I like to work in lots of thin layers, so I'm working it first and then I'm just going to apply a very light layer. Might not even go all over the plate. It hasn't. There's gaps in there. That's good. That's what I like. And I'm just going to repeat that a few times. I'm going to do the same again but with some fuchsia. You can see I've got lots of blue and green showing. I think what mine need now is a little bit more depth, so I'm just going to go back on with some of that dark fuchsia colour. And now if I really want to make things pop a bit more, I might just add some ruby. This is quite a bold scarlet red really, so I'm going to be very careful with this. Switching now to the circle Petite, and I'm going to use a stencil to do a stencil lift to take some of the paint off. I'm going to use this as a top layer, as a decorative layer on my pages that I've already done, but I'm using this to lift some of the paint off. If I just show you that over a white background, you can probably see now I've got like a polka dot pattern on there, and I'm just going to introduce that. So I can do two pages at once here. This time I'm going to put the stencil on first, and I'm just spraying over that. Now you do need the paint quite thick this time, so although I've been saying light layers, you do need a little bit more for this. And then when you remove the stencil, you'll get the pattern on your gel press plate, and then that straight onto your background. Repeat that process because I want pages for the front of my book, but I also want to make sure I've got enough pages for the reverse. But on the reverse I want much less pattern because that's the bit I'm going to keep open for writing and journaling on, so I don't want too much pattern on the reverse. So I'm going to pretty much repeat that process but just with a little bit less detail. You can keep going and make as many pages as you want. We're putting this booklet together concertina style, so it can be as long as you want. I'm aiming for about 10, so I'm going to do a few more. What I am going to do is trim them down now. I'm just going to make sure then they all end up the same size, and this square petite will take you to about 7.5 centimetres when you trim it.